2025 has been a great year for anime. Shows like Medalist and the second season of Apothecary Diaries made us start the year with a blast. Takopi's original scene crushed the heart of many, while Cinderella Grey turned overnight into one of the most well-respected Spokons in recent memory. Multiple donghwas came and won their spots in the anime community that saw their highest point in popularity ever thanks to the Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer movies. We got geologists making rocks popular again. Yeah, I'm sure that the show made rocks popular. The biggest disappointment in anime history, alongside one of the best final seasons fans could have ever asked for. And, above everything else, we got the fourth season of Rita Girlfriend. Is he gonna do something here, or is it gonna be in the 10th season? The year went by very fast with a lot of ups and downs, but everyone can agree that nevertheless it was a very good year. But as every year, it has to come to an end, and we will have to see to the future. A future in which we will have the season of Winter 2026.
君はこれから魔法使いになるんだ。
Every single December, anime fans are always hyped to know what is coming next in January of the following year. And in this case, we have a huge year and a huge season coming up. Usually, an average season looks like the current one, with 5 or 6 interesting sequels, 2 or 3 unexpectedly good newcomers, and 1 or 2 movies that are gonna raise some eyebrows. But Winter of 2026 might actually be the greatest season in recent memory. But why? Well, here is every single interesting anime that is gonna come out in winter of 2026. And if you are asking why I'm making this video in early to mid-December, it's because I want to be the first one to do it. I have to win some ground against all of those other anime YouTubers. Don't blame me. And if you want more content like this, talking about the new seasons coming out, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. It helps the channel to grow, and I would be very thankful with you. And without anything else to explain, let's start with the video. As every single season starts, we have to talk about the interesting new animes that are gonna come out. Animes that, despite not having a previous season, are still hyped up, or they have a lot of potential to be really good once they came out. Among all of the newcomers, there's 2 that I think that are more interesting than the others. The first one is Ikoku Nikki. The story is very simple, talks about a 35-year-old mangaka that takes her 15-year-old niece after her close family died in an accident. Now they will have to learn to coexist with each other despite having very clashing personalities. I didn't knew about this story prior to making this video, however once I investigated a little bit, I saw that it was very well respected and very well liked. And the community, although small, is always praising both the writing and the characters of this story. So knowing all of that, I think this show might be, kinda like Medalist last year, the sneakily seasonal anime of the first season of the year. And as I'm saying, I'm really hyped to watch what this is gonna be about. But when we talk about the new animes coming out, undeniably the one that has created the most hype has to be Mayonaka Heart Tune. The story talks about the student Arisu Yamabuki, an absolute prodigy in everything that is trying to find Apollo, the mysterious girl that used to be a radio host on his youth that one day randomly disappeared. Now he knows that she is on his new school, and he will have to find it among 4 different girls. In simple terms, this is a pseudo-harem in which the main protagonist will try to find out who is the girl that he has been looking for. It follows the quintuplet formula of the girls being directly related with each other, all of them being part of the radio club of the school. I personally really enjoyed reading the manga, and the protagonist having a lot of confidence is a nice touch compared to the average protagonist of this genre, and I think that this might be one of the sneaky animes of the season, if not of the entirety of the year. Now going for something different, we'll talk about the movies. We'll have a plethora of new interesting movies coming out. Slime That Again, or That Time That I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, will have its second non-canon movie coming out. Gintama will have a remake of the Yoshiwara in Flames arc with improved animation. Both Bokuyaba and Assassination Classroom will have some extra content that didn't make the cut previously coming out. And Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway will finally get its sequel after 5 years of wait. But the main star of the show is undeniably Madoka Magica.
この世の呪いと戦える
The last movie of Madoka has been anticipated by so many different fans. Over a full decade waiting and only having a questionable spin-off to sell a gacha in between are finally coming to an end. The last installment of the series that I honestly thought that we would never see is almost here with the movie Madoka Magica Walpurgis Nacht Rising. But we know that what people cares about the most is the new seasons of already established animes, and that is where this season shines the most. Several interesting shows have a new season coming out, like the remake of Trigun, the spin-off of My Hero Academia Vigilante, one of the big surprises of 2025, the already mentioned Medalist, and the second season of Hell's Paradise. We will also have the final season of Golden Kamuy, and what might be the last season of Fire Force. And if that's not good enough for you, we are yet to reach the stars of the show. We'll have a new season of Fate coming out, called Fate Strange Fake.
Go take some cover.
The last time that we heard anything about the Fate franchise was 5 years ago with Fate Grand Order, so having a new anime coming out is a very interesting thing, especially considering that its source material, a light novel of the same name, is one of the most highly praised pieces of media in the entirety of the franchise. We also have the third season of Oshinoko. After 2 extremely successful seasons, which include my personal favorite arc of the entirety of the series, we will have what is the actual climax of the story of Aqua and Ruby once they finally release their film, which I'm not gonna say the name, because I don't want to spoil the anime fans, just in case. Another anime that will make an appearance is none other than Jujutsu Kaisen. After the insane reception of the first season, the show somehow managed to improve substantially in the second one. Now we are going to the Calling Game arc. Granted, not as exciting nor iconic as the Shibuya Incident arc, but is what I consider to be the start of the end of Jujutsu Kaisen. And who knows, maybe with Mappa still being in the driving seat, we might see some miracles being performed. But the most important series comes at last. The show that surpassed everyone's expectations and even more. I'm talking about the second season of Sousou no Frieren. We had to wait a little bit to see again our favorite elf, but she's back at it. However, this season will have the difficult task of being a worthy successor of the original one. The animation looks as good as the first season, and manga readers are praising the following arc, so I think that it's fair to say that the hype is well deserved, and we might see another insane season for the anime of Frieren. Every single season has some ups and downs, and ultimately I don't think that this one is gonna be different. We will have some ups and downs. Some shows are gonna definitely underperform, and some others that people were not expecting will be actual pleasant surprises. But with so much hype building up in all of this season, I think that it's fair to say that this season of Winter 2026 might be one of the greatest in the history of anime. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you want more content like this, as I already said, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. It helps the channel to grow and it helps you to make me realize that you actually enjoyed this video. What did I just said? I have no idea. So without anything else to explain, once again I hope that you enjoyed it and see you next time. Bye bye.